Hey everyone, so I went over onto my Instagram, I went live and I asked you guys for questions for a video, and you guys gave me lots of questions, but the questions you gave me were all sugar baby related. So I guess this is going to be an Instagram sugar baby Q&A, so keep on watching. The first question is from Find the Ray. She basically wants me to discuss going abroad with your sugar daddy. So if you go away with your SD, I feel like I don't need to say this, but maybe I do. Make sure when you're going away with him that you know him considerably, that you feel comfortable with him, that you feel safe. And if you do not feel any of those things, then you don't go. Also, if you want to go but you want to have your own room, then ask for your own room. There's no rule that says that you cannot ask for your own room. So make sure that you do ask for your own room if that would make you feel more comfortable. So the other thing to take into consideration is not just the safety part. Obviously that's like the main part, but it's not just that. It's also, if you do decide to go because you have a really good relationship with your sugar daddy, he's asked you to go away and you want to go, then please listen to me. Now, the grind to looking cute does not cease just because you are now in a foreign country. It actually continues. And you know what? The grind is even more real when you're away on holiday, and especially if you're staying in the same room with someone, because if you have 1 centimeter's worth of eyebrows, then you need to make sure that you are never seen like that. So you want to make sure you're wearing that waterproof brow gel and that it's on before you go to sleep and that it's still on when you wake up in the morning, because nobody needs to see that you don't have brows, because it looks scary, doesn't it? I have no eyebrows naturally. And it's just like, why? So I have to make sure that I'm always wearing my eyebrows. So bear that in mind. The next question is from Aqua Taylor, and she says how to talk to them. So you really, Aqua, need to watch my femininity video. Go over and watch that video, but I will say briefly now how to talk to men. So if you're speaking to a guy, you're automatically going to be sexy, you're going to be feminine, you're going to be girly, you're going to have an air of flirtiness to you, and like, that's how to speak to someone. You're going to be sweet, aren't you? You get more things by being sweet to somebody than you do by being horrible. So you want to be sweet, be nice, and that is honestly how to speak to them. I'm not really sure like what you want to hear exactly, how to speak to them on the phone, on a date, I don't know. So watch my femininity video, that will help you out. The next question is from Maxine. Hi Maxine, and she said how to behave on a date. Well, you need to watch my femininity video, what to wear in a first date video, and also my how to initiate the allowance conversation video, just to make sure that you don't bring that up on the first date. So how to behave on the first date? Well, as follows. You're flirty, you are confident, you are also making that person feel like they don't want to be with anybody else at that given time. So a way to do that to somebody, to make them feel that way, is to be nice to them and give them compliments, speak to them about themselves, act like you are very interested in them. And you also want to act like a lady. You want to make the other person feel like they are really good enough, like you really like them, because that's how you want to feel on a first date. So you've got to behave in a way that makes somebody else feel that way. Okay, so also remember this, you want to have a bit of mystery to you. Nobody wants someone that is like, hi, how are you? Like, no, that's not cute at all, and that's not what you want to be like as a sugar baby. So as a sugar baby, you really want to be sexy. You really want to have that mystery to you as well. So make sure that you are being a bit mysterious. Make sure you are being friendly at the same time. You're being flirty. You're being touchy-feely. You're behaving like a lady. You're speaking like a lady. But the femininity video that I've done previously, which I will link in the description box, and every other video that I speak about, I'll link below. Watch that video because it really goes into depth, okay? So, next question is from Abina, and she says, how to deal with the age gap and how to deal with people who stare. Well, this is a really good question, and you can either do one of two things. You can A, get over it, or B, just stop sugaring, because there really is no in between. Do you guys remember my story time where I went on my worst ever Tinder date experience? Well, in that video I discussed people staring because the age gap was crazy with me and this guy, and it was just all the way so embarrassing. But I decided to get over it, and I felt the embarrassment, but I still did it all anyway. You've got to think, would you rather be somebody who is staring at people, or would you rather be the person who is being stared at? I would rather be the person who's being stared at, instead of my life is so boring that I'm staring at everyone else. So I would rather be the person that's stared at. So just think, who would you rather be? So don't worry about them. Keep on doing what you're doing. Hold your head up high and make sure that you look good while they're staring. Give them something to really look at if they want to keep staring. Okay, so let's go over on to the next question. So Vera said, what is the difference between sugaring and escorting? So in my opinion, the difference between sugaring and escorting is that when you are an escort, you have a clientele, and your job is to, just make sure that you meet your clients' needs and requirements and get paid for that. But with a sugaring relationship, I feel like it is more of a relationship, and I feel like the difference is that one is client based and one is relationship based. One's more like dating. So with sugaring, it's that you put all of your cards out on the table and you say, look, I want this and this is what I expect from you, and you say I expect X from you, and you just have that type of frank dating relationship. And it's honestly dating, but the more upfront version. That's personally what I think. But with escorting, I don't think that it's anything like dating. Obviously I've never been an escort, so I can't really say what it really is, but this is just my opinion, what I think. Okay, so next question is from Anissa, and she says, should we aim for being a spoiled girlfriend or just being a sugar baby? Now that really is subjective, and it depends what stage you're at in your own life and what you want right now. So if you are at the point in your life where you want marriage, you want children, maybe you don't want marriage, maybe you just want children, then really being a sugar baby might be perfect for you. If you're at the stage in your life where you really want to settle down with one person, you really want marriage, then being a sugar baby is not, that shouldn't really be your aim. Your aim should be to be a girlfriend that is with a man that can provide, or whatever type of guy you want. That should be your aim, right? Not just being a sugar baby. Your aim is something a bit greater. So it just depends on what stage you're at in your own life. So next question is from Amina, and she says, do platonic sugar daddies exist? LOL. They exist if you make them exist. Now, because I have to break this one down. Basically, all men want the same thing, whether they tell you that or not. That's what they want. So if you don't want to, if you want to have a platonic sugaring situation, then you make that happen. And I've done videos on that. I've spoken about that. So you make that happen yourself without saying,
hi, I only want a platonic relationship.
You make it happen for yourself. Please note that if you do have a solely platonic relationship, that it will probably have less of a shelf life, and you will either have to get rid of him, or he will get rid of you sooner than if it was a non-platonic situation. Let's go on to the next question, which is from Find the Ray as well, and she says, how do you reset after you've been on several disappointing dates? Now this is a really, really good question, because this is something that you girls get so frustrated about. So let's answer your question. How to reset? Well, first of all, you just need to relax, calm down. It hasn't worked yet, but it's going to. And the more you keep going, the more chance you have of it happening. If you don't keep going and you just give up, then it's not going to happen. So you're not even in the running for getting a sugar daddy if you give up. So keep going, and the only way you can do that and reset your mind is by choosing to do it and forcing yourself to still have the optimistic mindset. That's the only way you can reset your mind, is by choosing and making yourself feel encouraged. Another thing you can do as well is if you're having like a lull and you feel like, oh, it's not happening, and you're starting to feel really like just stressed out and sad about it, then just take a step back and really brainstorm. Okay, this hasn't worked, so how am I going to do this differently? What could I do differently? What did I say that didn't work out? Or where have I not gone out yet to potentially meet somebody? So you start to get yourself excited again because you have a plan of action. So just try to do that as well. I hope that this video helped, and obviously if those girls had those questions, then I'm sure that there were other people that had those same questions. So I really do hope that this helped more people, and I want you guys to remember this, that you are not just taking my word for everything. You really must go out and have the experiences yourself. So take what I say, put your own spin on it, so you are making it make sense to yourself, right? So just make sure that that's something that you guys do, because maybe you're not having luck because you're taking what I'm saying verbatim, but you need to do it in your own way. I'm really trying to see who watches all of my videos, so if you guys watch the end of this video, then comment a pizza emoji. Why not? And I will see you guys in my next video. Middle fingers up, put 'em hands high, put it in his face, tell him boy bye, tell him boy bye.